You can't remember it. Cuban Pete in the chat, aka Jess. John doesn't remember the Cuban Pete scene from The Mask, so you know. You gotta Google it, man. He like there and he's like, I shake my maracas and I go chicky boom, chicky boom.
What is it? Cuban Pete.
Yeah, he's like singing the Cuban Pete song.
Oh
Jess has got a picture. Jess's profile picture there is a picture of him, Cuban Pete. All right. She's shocked. She's put in capitals. Like, what are you talking about? As if you don't remember this.
I haven't seen The Mask since I was a kid, man.
That's terrible. That's a terrible effort, man, by John. Terrible effort, but we'll get into the show. And there's only one way to start. It was not a terrible effort by Manchester United this morning.
Wait, we live?
We're live.
What are we talking about Cuban Pete for?
Who cares? That's what we do. That's what we do around here. Click my YouTube, all it shows is that dance. That's what Cuban Pete reckons. No, John's frozen.
Am I frozen?
A little bit.
I can see me in the background on your TV. It's like I see.
No, you're back. Yeah, no, but they can't see that. You can see it. You can see the whole wider picture, but it's all cut in.
I'm such a goob.
You are a goobag. Anyway, there's only one place to start, and you know what? Even if that's all we talk about, I wouldn't care. Manchester Derby, Man United, 2-1. Manchester City have lost 8 out of their last 10 games. Before that, it took them 111 games to lose that many games.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. I'll tell you what. You know what I took out of the game today?
Can we talk about Pep first?
Yeah, we can. But this is what I'll tell you. What I took out of the game today. Amarim's got a plan. Ahmad, Ugarte, Delit, all these guys that everyone wrote off. Like, I don't know why everyone's giving them hard time. They're there. He's obviously got balls. You know, I'd seen times when Alex Ferguson dropped David Beckham out of the squad against Leeds back in the day. But I've never seen a manager do it with 2 big profile players like he did today. And then Rashford, to his credit, after the game, still put out a post saying, yes, I love it, lads. So, I don't know what that means. But the other thing, Kyle Walker is a tosser.
Oh, yeah.
Mate, if I went up to a guy like that and went head to head with a guy like that and then dropped like he did, my dad would slap me. What a pathetic. That was unbelievable, man. Manchester is red, Violets are blue. Kyle Walker took a tumble when he should have been humble. What a knob. Like, oh, mate, what a knob. Absolute knob. That guy, mate, you're the captain. For one, you're captain of your team and you're doing that. Absolutely pathetic. On top of it, I think, again, VAR, the refs, the Man City, the refs are in Man City's pocket. They did everything in their power for United not to win. It just didn't work. Should have been a penalty on Højlund. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That was a foul. And they said, yeah, it was just normal contact. What the fuck does that even mean? Normal contact. Kyle Walker should have been sent off. So we should have had another penalty and Kyle Walker should have been sent off. Still came out. United came out on top. Mate, it was... I was going nuts. I know you were at work, so I don't know how nuts you went, but I was going off. So...
You've mentioned so many topics. I don't know which one to talk about first.
Mate, talk about them all. Talk about them all.
I mean, first of all, Kyle Walker, very embarrassing. I think he'll look back at that footage of himself and just cringe.
Captain, bro, captain.
It wasn't even a headbutt. They just came together and locked, you know what I mean? Softly too, mind you. And
Keane said he was a disgrace.
And he just dropped and rolled around on the floor. I mean, yeah, it just shows the desperation of the City players right now. It's just not clicking for them at all. And, yeah, it's a crisis for them, fortunately. So, but, yeah, I just want to talk about Pep, man. Did you hear what he said after the game?
I'm not good enough and all. Like,
he lost a lot,
mental issues. He said he wants to harm himself a couple of weeks ago. Now he's saying this. Mate, I don't want to hear any of the shit that he's in Sir Alex's bracket, mate. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to take all the blame, I guess, from the players. But, yeah, to say he's not good enough is a bit crazy. But it just goes to show that it's just the palace is crumbling, you know what I mean? And it's great to see the demise of City right now.
Mate, they there's no way they can win the title this year. Listen, they might come back next year better than ever, who knows? But Mateus Nunes absolutely lost his head. If there's one piece of advice I can give to young footballers, if you make a mistake, don't compound it by making another one. Mate, he fucked up and then he ran in and just took the yellow out. It was diabolical, really. And then
was he the one who missed the goal off the line?
Nah. Then Gvardiol, right? So Gvardiol, Diallo hits it on target, which is a real good finish in there, right? But he tried to backheel it, bro, off the line instead of just clearing it. Like, mate, well, I don't know. Like, you know, everyone is saying that City's problem is, right, that their defense and all this, right? But you know what? You know what their problem actually is? Gvardiol is their second highest goal scorer with 4 goals, bro. He's a centre back. That's their actual problem. That Haaland, if he doesn't score, he's terrible. And then no one else scores goals. I don't know. Gundogan, they got him back. He's done. Kovacic is done. Like, Ugarte was the best midfielder on the park, like centre midfielder by a country mile. Mate, like, I don't know. They're just... I get dynasties come to an end, things end, but man, has it ever ended like this? Like, this is next level.
Talking about the game, you know, this is the first time in a long time, you know, United have gone to, let's say, a big club like that and away and actually dominated the ball. Like, we've been such counter-attacking team with about 30%, possession normally against these type of teams. But yeah, look, credit, man. We weren't dominated. We were the better team at the Etihad. And I reckon we at least deserved to draw when we were 1-0 down, but to snatch and grab a win like that at the City ground, it was amazing, man. And I was at work at the time, and I screamed the whole office down. I was running around.
Dude, that goal was wicked, man.
All the boys laughing and cheering me on, so it was good.
Anyway, I'll read a few of the chats. Jeremy, all the way from Pittsburgh, says hello to everyone. Real Junior, who is writing on Twitch, says, how you going? How you going, Real Junior? As if everyone doesn't know, we are live on Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. So people talking from all different platforms. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. Obviously, last week we lost to Forest, right? When we never should have lost. You never should lose a game when the team has 3 shots on target and you lose 3-2. So we never should have lost that. But it's teething at the moment. When you got a new manager, at least you can see he's in his ways. He didn't go to Man City and think, I'm going to sit back, put all these men behind the ball and just whatever. He went and played his game. Mazraoui, man, what a signing. That guy, fucking what a player. That guy's unbelievable. What a player.
Plays his heart out for the team, doesn't he?
He does, man.
He
Jeremy
got-
says, I saw an article yesterday saying that City is going to get penalised all kinds of points and are in serious danger of being relegated. Listen, man, there is a theory that the players already know they're guilty. That's why they're actually playing like this. But I don't know. It's, you know, who knows? If they've done wrong, they should be relegated. That's what I say. I know people are like, oh, it's bad for this, it's bad for that. If they've done wrong, throw the book at them, man. That's what I believe.
So was it the right choice to, obviously, it looks like it now, to drop Garnacho and Rashford?
I think it's all, whatever the manager does is always the right choice. Oh, that's what I believe. I'm like that. I'm very, even as a player, or if that's the coach, you back him to the hills, mate. That's how I believe it. And like I said, Rashford put out a tweet straight after the game, pumped for the team. So he's not there sooking.
But what do we do with Rashford? It seems like we played better without Rashford.
Yeah, no, but this is what I think. I think this is what Eric needed to do a year ago. Actually put him out the team, even Garnacho. I don't know why Garnacho so much as Rashford, but put him out the team, completely out the team, so they know, fuck, it's a bit of an ego check. They have to come back and perform. And then if they come back and don't perform, you fucking sell them. But I think it's good. He hasn't been performing. He's dropped, but not just dropped for 60 minutes, dropped for a whole fucking squad. That'll hurt him, man. He's a Manchester boy, you know that. Not being in the Manchester derby, so.
But
I think it's a good decision.
I think he needed it because his body body language isn't showing like he really wants to be out there. So look, we all love Rashford. He's our star boy, he's our youth player. He's been there since 6 years old, but is the desire still there? Is that fire burning in him to play the game still? I hear he's training in boxing now. I hear that he's got a lot of interest in boxing. So is he doing like a Jordan, trying to move, professions or something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jordan conquered a game first before he left.
I mean, bad analogy to put him, but just saying. Is he trying to change profession?
I think it's good. I think there's a reality check. It's like, fuck, I'm not untouchable. You know what I mean? Like, bang, I've got to perform. If I want to stay at Man United, which is the club I love, I've got to perform. Otherwise, Ruben Amorim doesn't really give a fuck. He does not care. He's not here to make friends with me. He's not here for this. So I think it's good. Good on him. I remember I messaged to you during the game. I actually liked when we scored, Casemiro on the sidelines. Look at him. He ran down the sideline, man, to celebrate with Ahmad. He was like the happiest guy there. This is our most experienced player that's on the bench that's won 5 Champions Leagues. So obviously his ego's in check. You know what I mean? So I like that as well. But
let's talk about Ahmad quickly. He looks like our biggest threat by a mile at the moment. I mean, Højlund does a decent job, holding up the play and stuff like that. But I tell you what, Ahmad, he gets that front free ticking, man, and he's really claimed that right wing spot.
Dude, he was playing right wing, and where did he score both his goals from? The left wing.
Left, yeah, he was kicked to the left.
Because his work rate, and they were in like the last minute, so his work rate, his fitness is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's wicked.
When Bruno stepped up to take that penalty, I was so nervous, man. I thought he was going to miss. I thought he's going to miss. He's been shit. He's just been.
Dude, I said it to you.
It's been so wasteful. He's going to waste this penalty, but for his credit, he slotted it.
That was he had balls of steel for that. Like I said that to you. I for fucking 30 years I've been a designated penalty taker at soccer, and I was more nervous watching that than any penalty I've ever taken in my life. I was watching it sweating. I was like, what the fuck? Like but no, good on him, man. That he showed mettle as a captain, as a player. He'd missed a chance before, which he really should have scored. But what a fucking result. Huge result. We've got Bournemouth next. Man City actually got to go to Villa Park next. So does their bad run continue? I don't know. Like Villa lost the other night to Nottingham Forest. They're not going to want to lose another game.
Well, Bournemouth, talk about Bournemouth, they're 7th on the ladder. So
yeah, Bournemouth are good too. Listen, I'm not saying that we can, but imagine City go to Villa and not win again. Fuck me, bro. Like,
well, as United fans as we are, we hope this is the kickstart. You know what I mean? This
has to be.
This puts us into gear for the rest of the season. I'm not saying title charge or anything like that, but to just be relevant, be up there, be in the top 4 or 6. You know what I mean? And really start gelling as well.
I was actually proud of a few players, like you, like I said. I actually think all the new signings, barring Xerxes, because he's had a bit of a rough start, but I think all the new signings have been good this year. De Ligt, Mazraoui, Yoro we haven't really seen. I think they've been good. So, but Harry Maguire come in, did a real good job. Like,
well, Gary Neville said we had a bad summer.
I don't know why. Gary Neville talks like he's a Man City legend, not a Man United legend. Like, I hear him and I'm like, what is wrong with you, man? Like, Mazraoui cost 12 million, bro. How we had a bad summer?
Well, obviously he doesn't think highly of De Ligt and Mazraoui.
None of them do. None of them like De Ligt.
I think he likes Yoro. Pure fact that he's a generational talent, dubbed or anyway, and he's a youngster. But look, I was skeptical on De Ligt, and he's proved me wrong, man. He's having a great season, and I was even skeptical on Mazraoui. I thought he was an injury-prone player, and he looks like the least injury-prone player in our squad.
And Ugarte, man. Ugarte's been good too. So
Ugarte, that type of midfielder, is just no mucking about, does his job. You know what I mean? And that's what we need. That's what we need.
The other one, going to the flip side, mate. 25 years old, and you can't play 12 minutes, man. I'm sorry, he's done. What's that bloke's name that wears our number 7? I don't even know his name.
Oh, God.
If you're 25 years old, right? And I'll say this, man. If you're 32, 33, 34, 35, getting injuries like that, that's fine. 25 years old, mate, you're done. I think United have got to just stop persisting with him, and no one's going to buy him. Maybe I don't know what it is. Let his contract run down, whatever. But he's fucking done.
Chelsea did us one there.
25 years old.
Chelsea did us one there, man. A complete lemon.
They did, man. Like,
and what happened? Like, all of a sudden, the camera's on him. He's just sitting on the ground, like, oh, I'm injured.
Listen, I felt for him because you could see in his eyes he was down, and it was like a sign. He was resigned. Like, I don't know. But fuck, man. You got to look at it from the club's point of view. You're done. Like, I feel for you as a player and a human. But fuck, man. Like, have we ever seen him play? Have you seen him play a full game for Man United?
I can't honestly recall. I always see him get subbed off or subbed on. So,
mate, give that number 7 to Garnacho or fucking Ahmad, whatever. Fuck him. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway, great result. Few bad things to come out of it, like we said, Mount, but mostly, I don't think any player, barring Mount, because he didn't play 12 minutes, played bad. I don't know what you think. Even Lindelof come on, whatever. I don't think anyone played bad for United, which is the first time I've probably been able to say that for, I don't know, 2 years probably. So that was a huge bonus for it.
No, good result and great team result for Amaron. He would have learned a lot from that, and you can see that you can see the tactics come together. You know what I mean? You can see the style, you can see the game plan. That's what we were lacking with Ten Hag after all. It's just what's going on with this game plan Ten Hag wants to do. So it's a great breath of fresh air with Amaron.
Yeah, I agree. And I remember I said this to you last week. I like the fact that this manager's come in and he's not playing the same way as everybody else. He's like, I've got a formation. I'm not going to play 4-3-3 like the rest of the 19 teams. I'm like this. It's something different, man. It's good to watch. So, huge result for Man United. But we'll touch on this comment by Chris C, because that's the next thing we'll look at. He says, Spurs are back.
5-0.
What I'll tell you is Spurs won. No one can be back when you've won one game in 10, big man. That's the one thing I'll say. But they did win. So we'll bring up those results so you can have a look at them. Oh, God, yeah. So we got it there. They won 5-0. It was a huge result for Ange. I think Ange needed it, man. If Ange lost that game, which in hindsight got the Southampton manager got sacked straight after, Russell Martin. He's gone. There was 2 manager casualties on the weekend. Wolves manager. So your uncle, I don't know if he's happy or not happy about that, man. But Wolves manager got sacked and Southampton. I reckon you're going to be able to use Southampton next year,
eh? I reckon too.
No, but if it comes out in March, the season won't be over. I mean, you might not be able to.
Yeah, I mean, talking about Tottenham, it was an Ange. Yeah, it's a much-needed win. 5-0. They have been struggling of late, and Ange had said some deeming stuff in the press conferences about Werner. So obviously he's not impressed with Werner at the moment. But that was the manager definitely under pressure, and that definitely helps him keep his neck above water, for sure.
These managers are coming out and they're just pulling out some things in the press conferences, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, Ange pretty much said to Werner, he's just not good enough. You know what I mean? It's just not up to standard.
You know what the thing is? What I turn around to say to that, listen, I love Ange, but Ange had him last year. Why did you buy him this year then if he's not fucking good enough? Like, you bought him. And then turn around and say he's not good enough? Like, you had a whole year with him last year to see he wasn't obviously not good enough. So, but anyway, Russell Martin got the sack because of that. James Maddison scored 2. Heung-min Son got a goal. Kulusevski got another goal. He's having a ripper season.
He is, man. He's having a really good season.
Yeah, man, he's really good. Yeah, I think Southampton in a lot of trouble, man. I don't know who. The thing is, usually when managers get sacked, like Wolves need a manager now, there's like, you always sit there and think, who are they going to get? But at the moment, I reckon there's a lot of managers out there. There's David Moyes. There's Graham Potter. There's Cooper. There's a few managers out there that these teams might think, like, well, one of these teams think, listen, let's get Moyes and we might stay up. I don't know if Potter's up to that sort of job, but Moyes.
Well, I think the Wolves jobs might be a bit more appealing than the Southampton one.
Way more appealing.
So, yeah, you got Potter as well on the sidelines. I think still at the moment, even Southgate. Imagine him getting him in. So
Southgate, yeah.
So I think there's plenty of managers who would come in even on a 6-month basis of just trying to survive. So who knows?
Yeah. So listen, I think they're in a lot of trouble. The next one we'll talk about the Wolves game, because what actually happened after, there was like a full melee after, and Kuna, I reckon he's going to be out. So they're going to be in trouble because someone came up to him after the game and he like grabbed his face, like, you know how you're wearing glasses. He grabbed him off his face and the whole team had to like pull him back. It was like an official from Ipswich. So he's Wolves' best player. And they reckon, it says there, I've got the screen up, it says he was man of the match. He's going to get done like for that. So Ryan Ait-Nouri got sent off after the whistle. That's what started the melee. So listen, it is an appealing job. I don't know how many games Kuna's going to get, but Ipswich, man, what a result. 2-1 away at Wolves.
I mean,
that's a massive result.
McKenna Balls finally came through. And that's a big result for a relegation battling side to win away against another relegation battling side. So that's almost a 6-pointer for Ipswich.
Oh, yeah,
and that's
Ed Sheeran was there celebrating.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really damning loss for Wolves. I mean, I think the coach had to go after that result especially. And
big time.
obviously having 2 suspensions now to their 2 best players. Wolves have got a lot of work to do to stay up.
Oh yeah. The only reason I think teams like Wolves, Everton, things like that stay up is because the three teams at the bottom are fucking terrible. That's what I think. So, but anyway, we're going to go through them quickly tonight, guys. So we really pretty much just wanted to come on and gloat about Man United. So, next one is Chelsea. Chelsea go outright second. Liverpool have played one less game, but it's only 2 points. They were 2-0 up. Cucurella, Jackson, then Mbeumo scored last minute, and Cucurella actually got sent off after the whistle. So I don't know how much that hurts Chelsea. I don't really think it hurts them. It's only one match suspension, but they won. It says Cole Palmer got man of the match, but the thing I'm going to say is they won against Brentford when they needed to win to go second in a game. Cole Palmer didn't score, didn't assist, so that's a positive for them. I truly believe Chelsea, as much as I hate them, are our only hope for Liverpool not to win the title. I don't think Arsenal have got it in them.
I think there's going to be a lot of twists and turns in this title race, and I do believe Chelsea have now put themselves in the hat, but I still think Arsenal are in the hat as well. I just can't see Liverpool just maintaining this unbeaten.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? I just feel like there's a dip coming for them, and it could be a Christmas time.
To Fulham, didn't they? So.
Yeah, so even they were lucky. I can't believe they got the draw against Fulham after 10 men down, so that shows a lot of character. But Chelsea, man, look, I put them in my top 4 prediction this year. But I didn't think they would exceed my expectations of that. I think they're doing better than I thought. And look, Maresca's done a good job of finding the best 11 out of his, so many players. I think it's not a bad headache to have all these good players, I guess, but to make them all, play together and keep them happy is just another level. So, they're playing entertaining football. I must admit, they're playing some nice football. So, even though I hate Chelsea, I'll rather them win the title than.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, mate, the thing about him is, they've got a striker that everyone was giving shit last year that is scoring goals, mate. Jackson, I would have him in a heartbeat.
He's gone up a few levels from last year.
Yes, man. I don't care. He misses chances, but fuck, he scores goals. That's what
Chelsea. Chelsea was actively looking for a striker and didn't get one, and now, they don't really need to.
I don't think they'll be needing to get him. So I don't know. Maybe that leaves Osimhen clear to come to Man United or something. Who knows? But because he's on Fenerbahce on loan, and he's not going to go back to Napoli, so he's definitely going to be in the shop window next year for a lot of clubs. But yeah, big up Chelsea there. Chris says my mic is really low. Let's have a look here.
Well, I'm on my phone.
No, it's not you. It's my one. Turned it up now. There you go, man. So big up Chelsea. They're outright second. The next one we can have a quick look at. We won't worry about Brighton and Crystal Palace. We'll talk about this one. There's a big one here, man. Nottingham Forest solidified their spot in the top 4 by beating Aston Villa 2-1. Nottingham Forest, man.
They knocked off United and they knocked off Villa, man. I don't know what's going on over at the Forest Town. Is Clough back in the background there? So what's going on, man?
Clough is just there in spirit. Is
the 1970s coming back into play here? Wow, Forest, unbelievable. Top 4 this time of the year. They're actually looking all right. Is Alenga playing for them still?
He scored the winner, 93rd minute.
Jeez, he's revived his career, thank goodness, after being an ex-United player. So.
Yeah, good on him. Him and Pereira. Pereira scored the opener against Liverpool. Like, these ex-United players doing well, which is good.
Yeah, Forest, man. I don't know. I love to go back to my predictions to see where I put Forest. Definitely wasn't in the top 4. So.
Fuck, did one of us put them to go down? I can't remember. I think one of us said for them to go down. But
they're doing wild.
Listen, Nuno's got them playing. Aston Villa, on the other hand, Duran scored again. It's the second game in a row, I think. Emery has dropped Watkins for Duran, and Duran scored in both. He's their leading goal scorer, so Watkins is a bit up in the air at the moment. This guy's sort of taken his spot, but Great result for Nottingham Forest.
I think Emery has
All right.
come out and said that his players are tired, so he's
They
usually
would be. I said that to you. I said the Champions League is going to kill them because they don't have a Man City squad or a Chelsea squad or even a United squad to play in Europe. It's it's just going to affect them. But anyway, next one we'll talk about. You touched on a bit before. Liverpool 2, Fulham 2 at Anfield, mind you. So Fulham take the lead through Andreas Pereira, and then Cody Gakpo equalised. Muniz scores for Fulham. Diogo Jota equalised. In between that, Andy Robertson got sent off in the 17th minute. Great result for Fulham, eh?
I think Fulham will go away from this game disappointed they didn't get the 3 points in the end. So
I agree.
I think it's probably a good point for Liverpool because they lost Robertson really early on and they obviously went down twice in this game. So Fulham gave up the lead twice as well. So I think this is a bigger result for Liverpool in the end because even though it was at Liverpool's home, you'd say Liverpool dropped 2 points, but I think they gained a point here just in the context of the game.
Yeah, definitely. Listen, I was watching it. Fulham will be ruining it, man. I think that they didn't win the game. You know who's become a real good player, man? Iwobi's become really good for them. Pereira, obviously. They got that Robinson, I think, playing left back. He set up 2 goals.
Smith Rowe was on the bench at the start of this game. So.
Yeah, he was on the bench. So, listen, Silva's got them clicking. Raul Jimenez is doing bits up front. Muniz came off the bench for him and scored. So, they're playing really well, man.
They're a hard team.
We've beaten them already this year, so it's all right. All right, next time we'll talk about Arsenal 0, Everton 0. Now, the thing I'll say about this is when I saw Man United do to Everton, I thought Arsenal would beat them 12-0. And then 0-0, and I think they only had one clear-cut chance or something from what I saw. Pickford made a ripper save. Other than that, there was no real highlights, so it couldn't have been that spectacular. But
I was listening to this game on the radio because I was at work at the time driving around, and it's actually sounded really exciting on the radio. I don't know if the commentators
I don't know.
Take it to another level on the radio, but this is definitely a missed opportunity for Everton to claw back a couple more points on Liverpool. They were playing at the same time. They were getting the news in the stadium that Liverpool were down and Liverpool, a man down. So, Arsenal knew what was going on and they still couldn't get a winner against Everton. So, I think it's a big opportunity to miss and a bit of a dent in their title challenge.
The one thing I'll say about Arsenal is it didn't affect them last year, but I think I said that to you earlier this year. They've got Saka, right? He scores and assists, but what's he going to get you tops? Tops, probably 15 to 20 goals. Other than that, who have they got to score goals? Martinelli, I think, is the most overrated Brazilian I've ever seen in my life. He's almost as overrated as Anthony. That guy's fucking terrible. He does nothing.
Havertz is your natural number 9.
No, he's not. He's going to get you tops 15 goals. Tops. So, other than Saka and Havertz, they just don't... Declan Rice isn't a goal-scoring midfielder. Jorginho's not a goal-scoring midfielder. Partey's not a goal-scoring midfielder. It's just Trossard. What's he going to get you? 10 goals?
Odegaard's more of a player.
Odegaard is a facilitator. That's right. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I reckon they missed a chance, I think Man United did, not going for Ivan Toney or something, just a goal scorer. So, listen, I don't know, man. I think they're still in the race because I do believe what you said. Liverpool can't continue being this far ahead when it's only 16 games in. It's not going to happen. You can see it. So,
no.
Listen, there's going to be twists and turns, but they'll be ruined this weekend like Arsenal. They'll be spewing. But, yeah, anyway, what we'll do is we'll quickly look at the fixtures coming up and then we'll give a few predictions and then we'll let you guys go. So tomorrow there's still one game left of the round. Bournemouth at home to West Ham.
I reckon
Bournemouth smash them, eh?
I think Bournemouth win, man. I don't know what's going on at Bournemouth. I don't even know who their best players are, but they seem to be doing good, and they're in the top 7 with a game in hand. So,
Well, it's funny, like with Bournemouth, like they're talking about how much money the Premier League has now, right? Bournemouth sold Solanke, and they bought Evanilson, who was Porto's number 9. So when Bournemouth can go to a European giant and take their striker, it shows you the money that's in the Premier League. Like, it's just and like all these clubs, like a couple of years ago when they wanted the Super League. Why the fuck do you want the Super League? There's a Super League already. I'm telling you, it's the Premier League.
oh yeah,
Like, that's the Super League already. The English clubs should be saying to Real Madrid and they go make your own league, mate. We've got enough money. So yeah. Anyway, I think I like their manager Areola. I think he'll end up going to a bigger club. He's doing a real good job. But yeah, I think Bournemouth will win. So Saturday night, 21st December starts off with the one we were talking about, Aston Villa, Villa Park, hosting Man City.
I'm going Villa, man. What I've seen, I've been seeing highlights of City's demise, but I haven't seen the whole 90 minutes. And to be fair, the only chance they got was the goal that they got, and that was a lucky goal.
It was lucky, bro. Yeah.
So they look like a shadow of themselves, and I think Villa knock them off.
Yeah, I actually agree. I'm going to go Villa. Larry the Drone is he's pumped because he's a Forest fan. So it's clean win by Forest. We spoke about it a bit earlier, Larry. Great win by Nottingham Forest. Top 4. May it continue for them, man.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what Nuno's doing. Nuno must be there. He must have Brian Clough in a little bottle around his neck and just channeling his Brian Cloughness. I don't know, but he's got him playing good. But that's the next team we'll talk about. So later on that night, Brentford. I think there's a huge game. Brentford hosting Nottingham Forest.
Like Brentford aren't easy beats as well. So
Nah, not at home. I think it's a big game. That's a tough game to call, man.
I'm just going to sit on the fence on this one and say a draw.
Draw. See, Brentford, what they do? Fuck, it's a tough game. They lost to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which is only 2-1. Nottingham Forest beat Villa. Fuck. I'm going with John. I'm being a fence sitter. I'm going to be a fence sitter. I'm going to say draw. I'm going to say a score draw. So that takes us to Portman Road. Ipswich, after getting their first win, I believe, hosting Newcastle, who absolutely battered Leicester. We didn't talk about that game because we're speeding through them a bit. But Newcastle coming off a 4-0 win. Ipswich coming off a late, dramatic win, hosting Newcastle.
Man, there's no easy games, is there?
No easy games.
Far out. Look, to be honest, I wouldn't bet my money on any of these games because they could all go either way here. But look, I'm just gonna go Newcastle because they got better players. You know what I mean? That's all. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ipswich get something out of this game as well.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna tip Newcastle purely because Isak is in ripper form. I would love Man United to go to Newcastle and say, man, here's 60 million. Give us this guy. He's wicked, man. Don't you love him?
They'll probably tell us to get fucked.
Yeah, I know, but whatever. Mate, I'd say give him whatever. Say, here, man, give us this. What does it take to take this player? If he was at Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Real Madrid, so I'd be worried. He's a wicked player, man. So yeah, I like him a lot. But the next one is West Ham. So we don't know what's going to happen with them in the morning. They could be coming off a good result, a bad result, but they're hosting Brighton.
West Ham, Brighton.
Yep.
It's just another, funny game.
And the youngest player in that squad is Brighton's manager.
I'm going to go West Ham for my uncle's sake. That's all. My uncle's a big West Ham fan.
I'm going to go for you. I'm going to go for Uncle Con with you, man. I'm going to go West Ham, even though I think it's a real hard game, but
very hard.
Let's go West Ham. Then the next one is Crystal Palace. After getting a big win, they're hitting form, getting their players back, hosting Arsenal. I think this must win for Arsenal.
So who's Arsenal playing against, sorry?
They're going to Palace, Selhurst Park.
Oh, wow, Palace just come off a great win.
Yeah.
I've got to go Arsenal, surely. I mean, if they're any chance of a title, they have to win this game. It's almost a must win.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a must win. Gonna tip them. All right, next one. Going on to the next day is this will be the same time as the great Man United. Everton hosting Chelsea.
Yeah, Everton frustrated Arsenal this weekend, but I honestly think Chelsea do them. I think the way that Chelsea are playing right now, they're just going to carve them up. So
Yeah, I think Chelsea spank them. I think it'll be like what we did. I think it could be like 4-0.
Yeah, I think Chelsea spank them.
I agree. I believe that. All right, then we got Fulham hosting. Could be a managerless. Could have a new manager. I don't know. Southampton. Will there be a new manager bounce? They might not even have a manager by then. Could just be an interim. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Fulham playing nice football, man. I'm going to go Fulham here, and I think there's more woes. I think just have an interim for this weekend and then get the manager bounce for the home game for Southampton.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. I agree. I'm going to tip Fulham as well. All right, next one is Leicester. They just got thumped by Newcastle, but Ruud van Nistelrooy has actually been doing pretty well. They're hosting, which could be, again, a managerless, could be an interim, I don't know. They're hosting Wolves. Ruud will be thinking he's got to win. It's a must win for both teams.
This is another weird game. This could go either way as well. I'm going to go Leicester just for Ruud's sake.
Yeah, I'm going for Ruud. Go on, Ruud.
It could go either way. A lot of these games go either way, man. Unreal.
I agree. This one can definitely not go either way. There's only one way it can go. Man United hosting Bournemouth.
Man United 4-0.
4-0. See, I've got everyone on the 4-0 train. The 4-0 train is the best. Listen, I think it's a big game, but it's at Old Trafford. If you come off beating Man City and then, to be fair, Bournemouth beat Man City this year as well, but then don't go and win the next home game,
it's a tough game. Bournemouth aren't shit, but I reckon we should win them. We've got a midweek game against Tottenham, but he'll rotate obviously and keep some players fresh, and then we should.
Chris just wrote Bournemouth 5-0, and now I'm going to change my prediction on the next game. So the next game is Spurs hosting Liverpool, and the only reason I'm not going to change it is because I hate Liverpool. So Chris is lucky, but Spurs hosting Liverpool is the late game.
Is Liverpool playing midweek as well as Tottenham?
Are they still in the Carabao Cup, Liverpool? I don't think so. I'm not sure, eh?
See,
I actually don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure.
It's going to be a factor to see if both United and Tottenham put their better players out for this game.
I think United will rotate more than Tottenham on when is it on Friday morning.
Well, look, despite Chris's crap prediction of Bournemouth, I'm going to go for Tottenham because I just hate Liverpool. So
yeah, I'm going Tottenham.
Let's have a look.
EFL Cup quarterfinals. They are in it, but ours is much harder. We're playing Tottenham. Liverpool are away to Southampton, but the day before, so they're getting one more day rest.
Okay.
So they have got a midweek game as well, Liverpool, but I think they've obviously got a lot more to rotate, and they're gonna have a day more rest. But I'm going Spurs as well. I'm a bit upset that Chris said Bournemouth 5-0. Chris probably the funniest thing about Chris is he doesn't even know that Tottenham are playing Man United on Friday. He wouldn't even know. He wouldn't even know that. So
he knew that Manchester United beat City this morning when he came in.
Legend.
I'm like, he just wrote the radio. He heard on the radio.
He wrote Man City lose again. Then he wrote, I have no idea that Tottenham are playing Man United. Oh shit! All right, guys. Great stream. Thanks for joining in. We tried to do a little quick stream because John is on the floor because he forgot his laptop, so we're trying to make him not so uncomfortable. But there's poor guys on the floor. If it was me on the floor, I don't think I'd be able to stand up. So it was a great effort. But tomorrow night we will be back with our Chris Kringle episode. I believe John is coming. So it'll be me, John, Chris, and I believe there's a long lost brother of the channel could be coming out.
I heard about this.
Yeah, so if he's still coming out, that'll be a big surprise for everyone. So join in tomorrow, guys. And yeah, thanks for joining in tonight. Matty Coolaz, Chris says. Where's Matty Coolaz? I don't know where he is. He works with you. He's asking me. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. We will see you tomorrow. Take it easy.
Yeah.